Here we go. Let's get these questions from the DMs.
Yep.
All right, well, that's what I heard. So, what do you want me to tell you?
Take me down the road that's a little bit winding.
Come on.
To a place they still put sugar in their iced tea.
I thought, I don't know song lyrics like at all. Like I love driving to music, but it's like I'm just yelling in the wind.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen of the That's What I Heard audience, please show some fucking respect. I hope you're wearing a suit at home because we got a big one, brother. Okay? One of my favorite people has joined us in the studio. Please welcome Molly Kearney.
It's Kearney, actually.
That's embarrassing, Molly Kearney.
It's Kearney.
I got one of my favorite people, my best friends on the earth, someone I know better than any living human. Molly Kearney. It's Kearney.
It's Kearney.
Welcome, bro.
It's an honor to be here, guys. So cool.
Summer.
I'm on top of the world.
Do you feel... okay, so you... spoiler alert, Molly is on SNL. Okay?
It's true.
Huge. Now, you just got summer break, though.
We did. We just started summer break. We just had Jake Gyllenhaal close out the season.
Yeah.
Good guy. Awesome guy. He got us these, like, massage chair things that was wild.
He brought in for the crew?
But it looks like a camping chair, and then there's these, like, vibrating circles, and you
Say
sit
no
in
more.
it for 5 minutes.
Say no more.
And you close your eyes, and it's like noise-canceling headphones.
And he just brought them in to be like a stud?
Just to be a nice guy.
That's
and,
nice.
You know, relax a little.
Now, what's your vibe going into this summer? First of all, is this your first summer with the little coin, with the little money?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is a whole new ball
actually,
game.
technically, it's my second summer.
But last summer was strike, so did you not have a little...
Yeah, last summer I was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah. Will I ever work again? Will my phone ever ring again?
Yeah, will my phone ever ring again? Will I be booked?
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is my first summer where I'm like, I'm good for the first time in my life.
There's got to be a little bit of a feeling where you go, wow, I could just get a plane ticket and do whatever the fuck I want this summer.
Absolutely. But I'm also like, I still act like I don't have any money.
Now, why is that? No, I was drinking with you one night and you tipped $100 for no reason.
Well,
you're acting like you have money.
If I have a couple drinks and I'm... Because I worked in the service industry for like 10 to 12 years, almost longer, like since I was 18. So I know what it feels like to get a good juicy tip from somebody that you're not expecting. Somebody probably looked at me like, look at this lesbo freak isn't going to give me a dime. And I'm like, $100, sis.
$100, Kate. I think her name was Kate.
It was Kate. Aw.
And then I just turned to you. I go, you own this bar now.
And we were drinking like Miller Lights and Jameson.
I mean, we had 17 to 25 tequila sodas?
Absolutely.
We tried to do like gossip, but we could not get through a single topic. It was so absurd. Like we did not accomplish one complete sentence of gossip, and it was 7 hours long.
But boy, did we have fun.
But boy, was that a good nap.
Well, I saw you. It was like seeing like an old sibling that I only saw in the womb, and which was A League of Their Own.
Right. Well, we'll explain to the audience. Me and Molly are friends from the famous League of Their Own. Now, you just showed up there out of fucking nowhere, and you were gone as quick as you came.
Dude, I was in Pittsburgh for 8 weeks.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, huh?
No, you weren't.
I was there for, I think I worked 6 days, and it was 8 weeks long. So I would drive home to Cleveland.
You would drive home. I was gonna say, we didn't do 8 weeks worth of hanging. I don't think.
No, maybe it was 6 weeks. It was my first time on set. Like, I remember Jamie was like, "Okay, well, you're in this scene, and here you go."
Yeah.
And my first line, I just started talking when they were like, "And are we good? Are we rolling?" And I was like, "Yep." And then I just started talking, and then Abby's like, someone was like, You actually have to wait till they say action." And I was like, well, there's no freaking rule book for this. I looked for a book online teaching you what to do when I get on set.
Yeah. I know, dude. Well, I was lucky that I already knew kind of how set worked, but I sure shit didn't know how like acting worked.
Because you know it from
being a PA. So I like understood the absolute, useless side of it to me at that point. So like I remember the first time I had to say a line, they were like,
What was it?
okay. we had to be waiting online for the telephone.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, all right, Frex, say something like, who's she on the phone with, the president? So I go, aye, who's she on the phone with, the president? And then I just hear, cut, no, aye.
Ay. Who's she on the phone with, the president?
Like I was like, my face turned red. I was like, that didn't go well. and then I like didn't totally understand anything. So we were supposed to be angry, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't get that. So I kept like smiling, like laughing at the girl who was angry. And then they go, cut. Frex, why are you smiling? I was like, oh, because she's so angry that it's funny to me.
No, you're supposed to be acting like you're also angry.
Right. Oh, okay. I'm also angry. Got it.
Of course.
And then the other thing that would throw me off about acting is everybody, because we had all those scenes where we're like a group, right?
Right.
And then so they would call rolling, and then everybody would start their acting. So they would start being a little playful with each other.
Right. They'd be like, oh.
Yeah, hi, you know, whatever.
And I'd be like, yeah.
That 40 shit. And then I'd be like, why is everyone being weird all of a sudden? And I didn't even realize like that's what you're supposed to do.
No.
So that when they call action, you're already in it.
Right.
Because they would start. Does that make sense?
No, that absolutely is
like we'd be
something new
waiting
that
to
I've learned just now.
We'd be waiting to come in a door, right? And they'd be like, okay, here we go. And then everybody else would start like poking at each other and like getting excited like we just came home from the movies or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, everyone's acting so weird all of a sudden. Why is everyone being mad fake right now?
Because they're actors. I remember getting there and I was like, I don't know anybody. And it was like going into a new high school with like a bunch of hot girls.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, and I got to wear this wool skirt. Are you kidding me?
Well, we clicked right away because we were the two local hires.
Which
means, which means like,
sounds odd to me.
Which means we had to like pretend we're from there.
Yeah.
We had to pretend we're from Pittsburgh and just like live there on our own accord.
Yeah.
And just figure it out. So I famously got hooked up. My cousin's friend's friend owned a pizza shop.
Oh yeah, the toilet.
So I famously lived there in the pizza shop, above the pizza shop for 4 months. And then when Molly was like, I'm also a local hire, I was like, come stay with me, bro. I got there. I remember I sent you a video of the place. I'm like, look, it's got.
I was like, perfect.
You were like, perfect. There's no furniture.
Dude, I lived in a hallway one summer. Like, I was like, I'll live anywhere.
And then the toilet broke. And I go, dude, I'm so sorry to like cancel on you like this, but there's also no toilet here.
And I'm like, oh, okay, her toilet's broken. Like, and I think
I remember exactly.
You go, like, I'll fix it.
Yeah, you did.
I'm like, I will fix it. Meat Brick needs to see the toilet. I'm like, send me a video of the toilet. Yeah. I'll fix it.
I actually think you said, quote, I know my way around a bowl.
No, but I stayed at fancy hotels because I used all my mom's work points.
Incredible.
And now I'm able to pay her back.
Yeah. With interest or what? Have you bought your mom anything nice since you got on the show?
That's a good question. What did I get? I got my dad a big ass fancy TV this Christmas, and I got my mom. Oh my God, what did I get my mom? It was something cool, because I am cool.
Hell yeah, because you're cool.
I don't remember what it was. But when she comes to town, we ball out.
Okay. Dinners, everything on you.
Yeah.
Does she ever go for the card and you have to be like, Mom, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she also, like, my parents, construction worker and / councilman, and my mom's a nurse, wasn't just retired. Like, they didn't have money, but they helped me a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, your dad's construction worker?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
310, Union
man.
Labor
From
Union.
Ohio.
Come on.
When I think of Ohio, I actually think of you.
Really?
Sorry about the Cavs.
That's all
While
right.
we're on the subject. I mean, sorry about the Knicks as well.
And I am as for that.
Yeah, for our shared misery.
And I sorry for that. Knicks were my team number 2 because I do love going to the Knicks games.
Do you get to go courtside now?
Yeah. No,
Damn.
they're like a couple rows.
Close to courtside.
A lot of the cast goes to the Nets games courtside.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
it's like a hop
anybody.
skip
We could
from
go to
my
the
house.
Nets games courtside.
Yeah.
Anybody could go to the Nets games courtside.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd played on the Nets, right? And now he coaches
He coaches the Mavs.
Mavs.
I want to ask a few questions about SNL, but we don't have to dwell.
Ask away.
Okay. The things I want to know. What was the call like saying
Oh, I'm happy to tell you that.
that you got? Like, what was the process like? Because did they come to you, first of all, or did you send a random tape? Because people just send these loose tapes.
Yeah.
And I don't actually think that's how people get on the show. Everyone's like, no, they asked me to come audition.
I'm not certain. So in 2019, I got this Comedy Central Up Next. It was a Clusterfest thing, and that was my big, like, finally I got something, because it was right before I turned 30, and I was like, I can't go on much longer. Like, if I don't get something by 30, I'm gonna figure out.
Like, you
something
never
else.
had anything that felt like success to you before then?
No. And I was in Chicago, and then I got agents through that, and I thought my agents were just fans at this festival, and we were talking about Four Loko. It was like two bros, and I was like, we were laughing and laughing. Now they've been my agents for 5 years, and they're the best. And
Amazing.
they really tricked me. But it was a beautiful, like, very
Yeah, but they got you.
flowy conversation, and I trust them with my life.
Beautiful.
And your question was,
Who even cares at this point?
so then they were like, do you have any character tapes for SNL? This is summer of 2019. I was like, no, I'm not ready for that. I'm like, so stand up, haven't thought about that. So I was like, maybe I'll give it a couple summers. And then I went on tour. I'm really good friends with Sarah Sherman. We came up in Chicago comedy scene together. So
Squirmy, right?
Squirmy, yeah. I went on tour with her. Shout out.
Shout out.
I went on tour with Sarah Sherman, a couple shows in the Midwest, and then she's like, dude, you should send in a video to SNL.
Yeah.
And I did, and then I sent in a 5-minute stand-up clip, and then I was like, I have these random character videos that I took where I used to live in Lake Erie, like on an island.
Yes.
And I did one, like, usually you do a character reel and you do it in front of like a green screen.
Yeah.
I did mine like in a cave. I did mine at a restaurant. I did mine on a golf cart, in a kitchen at a restaurant. Like,
What were the characters? Do you remember?
one was Captain Clam when we were on a sailboat, and I had my two friends in mermaid tails sitting there, and I was like this captain of the sea, Captain Clam. And then I did one where I was a cave tour guide, which I was one. And
Okay,
I was
put a pin in that, coming back to the cave tour guide era.
Yeah.
But go on.
And then I did one where I was like an angry chef yelling at my like hostesses for being in the kitchen when they should be in the front of the restaurant.
Yeah, correct.
And then I did one where on the island there's a towing, it's like a junkyard. His name's Duff, and he has a towing company called Camel Towing. And he's got eyelashes on the front of the top truck, and it's hilarious. So I act like he was my dad, and I was this girl like from the South, like who was working for her daddy, and we got dune buggies, and
Yeah, go ahead. Get
so then I got a call that they wanted to see me do stand up live. They had I think there's like 15 of us in LA. We did 5-minute sets. Lauren was there
Wow.
with some producers, and Michael Longfellow was in that audition with me.
Okay.
He had to go first, and I think I had to go dead last. And then they flew us out to LA, or they flew us from LA to New York. We did the audition on the floor,
Right.
which was
Terrifying.
an outer body experience.
Did you have to take any like pills or something to get up there?
No, I was like, I know my comedy, and I'm here, and if I just go out there and literally, I got off the stage and I was like, I did my very best. There is no going back. Like, I can't go back and like get a second
Yeah.
try. This is my ability.
Yes. That's the best feeling in the world when you go, I truly have no regrets because
Yeah.
that was truly my best.
It was my best, and I was
Yep.
like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens.
Tis what it is.
And I was coming off a high with like, I got League of Their Own, and I did like a small role in this like Mighty Ducks show on Disney. So I was like, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then I had to go back they flew us back and forth a lot of times. And then I got the call. I was at my cousin Colette's
Shout
apartment
out.
in New York.
Shout out to Colette.
Coco.
Shout out Coco.
And I said, I got a call, and one of my agents were like, or no, I don't know. I think it was one of my agents called me, which usually Lauren calls. But
Really? Imagine. I mean, I guess not imagine. I guess it happens.
I was like, and I wasn't expecting the call for another day or something. And they're like, you're going to be the newest cast member on Saturday Night Live. And I was like, and my cousin has a video of me, and I just yell. I was like, thank you. And I was like, oh my God, I finally have health insurance. That's all I yell in the video, which is so sad, actually. Very sad. And I called my mom, and
That's beautiful. And then I saw you that night at Kate's birthday party.
And I couldn't tell anyone.
Well, you looked weird. Like you had this weird look in
Dude,
your eye.
I could not tell anyone. I was like shitting blood.
Yeah.
Pardon me. That's disgusting. But I was like, we couldn't talk about it. And I was living in a hotel. And I was like, my mom, I always call my mom for health problems. I'm like, Mom, I'm pooping blood, Mom. I swear there's blood in my stool. She's like, you're going to get an ulcer. You need to
You need a
chill out. And I go, I don't think I'm going to get one. I think I got one.
Damn. Yeah, you were, I was like, why are you here? You started blinking weird.
I was like,
all right, well.
I'm here to, what was it for?
Nice to see you. It was Kate's opening night.
Yes.
Of her play.
And that's why everybody from the cast was there.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you made it. So I have a few logistics.
Sorry, I just. Yeah.
No, we needed that. We needed that journey. Now I have a few logistical questions.
Please.
So, did they pick you up and drive you to work, or you have to go there yourself?
We go there for COVID. Everybody had a personal driver.
COVID.
Yeah, I wasn't there for COVID.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you weren't there. Yeah.
But I came in the year that they like canceled all that stuff. But for COVID, everybody had their own driver because that's how the show kept going with people getting COVID. We do not have drivers. I take the F train straight into the building. It's awesome. It's my special time to play my games.
Beautiful. Now what's like the what's the work week like?
We do get cars after 9 p.m.
Yeah, that's like a safety issue, right?
Yeah, I think that's a lot of jobs.
Yeah. Now what's the work week like? You start on Monday.
But I still take the train because I get car sick.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll throw up, or you just won't feel good?
No, I get on the verge of puking.
Wow. Okay. I think it might be an Irish
And
thing,
I have to start counting the buildings outside. It's bad. And I'm like, okay. I get home and my girlfriend's like, uh-oh. And I'm like, I know, I just need to sit by the air conditioning for a minute.
Yeah. You got that Irish stomach.
God, it's terrible.
I used to have that as a kid too.
You don't have it now?
Horrible. No.
You grew out of it?
I don't even, maybe I do and I don't notice it because I'm always so uncomfortable. How would I even notice if I was nauseous too?
Yeah.
Like as you get older, you never feel good.
No.
How would I know if I was car sick?
Sometimes
I didn't feel good when I got in the car.
Yeah, what is
so
that?
Why would this be car sick?
I always worry about my intestines.
Yeah, well, we're all, on TikTok they say we're doomed because of the wheat, because of the way they're manufacturing the wheat.
Yeah, of course.
So,
and the manufacturing of the wheat. Mm.
You know what they said? That's an Ohio problem.
Not Cleveland, not the city. We're not doing that stuff in the city.
All right. Well, I was out there and I was at Wapakoneta.
What?
I was in the town called Wapakoneta, Ohio.
Okay, I don't know where that is.
There was a lot of corn there.
Yeah. Like that's
where I went to watch the eclipse.
Good for you. That's cool. My family watched it over the lake.
They could have made $1 million putting their house on.
Do you know that
Airbnb.
We have a shared home.
Yeah.
It's right on the water, and we share with my aunts and uncles, and my mom's like trying to get her sisters and her in-laws be like, let's go, let's put this, we can get 20, 30K. And everyone's like, not a chance. Like, why would where would they go then?
Yeah. I mean, you could stand in the parking lot of a Wawa and watch it.
We don't have Wawas.
And it's still breathtaking.
Wawa, we don't got.
Wow.
I've been to Wawa. Changed my life.
Is there a guest? What's your dream guest and musical
Oh, I love this question.
host? Like, to the point where like you would be like, this is my episode.
Okay.
I'm nervous to talk
for
to
music. I would do Justin Bieber.
Okay, that's doable. That's probably
Bieber
likely.
Or Shovels and Rope, which is two absolutely different.
What? Shovels and Rope.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a band.
A band?
It's like a.
What kind of band?
It's like a.
Like Mumford and Sons?
No, it's like more rough. Like.
Okay.
Yeah, like. They're great. I don't know.
All right, I'll check it out. Okay,
Yeah,
so Shovels and Rope. Imagine Jake Gyllenhaal going, ladies and gentlemen, Shovels and Rope.
I'd be like, dum, dum.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's like
one
rock
more time.
country, like bluesy. I don't know. I'm probably butchering it, but yeah, Justin Bieber. Good Lord.
You're a believer?
I'm a believer. My
Well,
mom and I really love
what do you think is
Biebs.
going on with him? Is he okay?
I think he's doing way better. I think he's off all the pills. At least you hope so.
Do you think he was abused by Diddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like it.
I hope not. But it's definitely it's giving
It's giving abuse.
abuse.
It's giving trauma.
And that's around the time where he kind of went crazy.
He had to turn to what's the name of the church they'll go to? Hillstorm?
I don't know. But I don't think anyone should be against Justin Bieber for his behavior. Like, the poor kid went through.
I'm not against him at all.
I'm like, say one word.
Yeah, say one word, bitch. How about
Say
that?
one bad word, you guys. You're done.
Say one fucking word.
You're
you
done.
prick.
You won't see your
Okay.
mother again, Ronnie.
Say one word. Say one good word that he hasn't been the same since Purpose, and you'll get knifed by me, prick. Okay.
Me brick will be on your ass.
No, I love Bieber.
But for host,
Yeah.
I would love Melissa McCarthy. I know she's hosted a bunch of times.
She would be good.
I hope she does in my time there. I love Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I'm a huge fan of her. I'm really coming to a halt. What about you?
I would like, and this, I don't think this would happen, but I would like Action Bronson. Why is me?
Who's that again?
He's the person whose career I want. He raps, but he doesn't really rap anymore. But
know
he,
the name, but I
he
don't
makes
know
olive
shit.
oil. He makes sweatshirts. He does like a cooking show called Fuck That's Delicious. He rap. I don't know. He just has a life
got a
that I
picture
think
of
is
him?
nice. Yeah.
You know what?
Speaking
of olive oil, why is it gonna be so expensive?
I
Do you
know.
my girlfriend came home with a thing of olive oil, $34.99.
I know. Well, they do say glass bottle is a must.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything with glass bottle.
Oh, and Maddie
man. Maddie Matheson would be fun.
Yeah, I always
he'd be
get it.
fun.
I like him.
Maybe Action Bronson and Maddie Matheson on the same
Duo.
episode. Yeah. What about like Fran Lebowitz
Oh, come on.
as a
Of
musical
course.
guest? Imagine.
Of course. Devin Walker would die for her.
Is he a Lebowitz head?
Absolutely.
We gotta get Devin on the pod.
Come on,
I'm
Devin
texting
Walker.
you, Devin. Come on the pod, bro.
Come on, brother. Come on. My guy. I love that sweetie pie.
He's the best. I love Dev. This is the last SNL question. Has there been anyone that you were like too nervous to interact with? Or do you just
I
keep it
kind of just
profesh?
go up and go, what's going on? How are you?
What's up?
I went up to Jerry Seinfeld and I was like, Jerry! No, I was like, hi, Jerry. My name's Molly. He probably thought I was like a boom mic holder or something. Like, you know,
Why is the grip talking to me?
yeah. And then I don't think I mean, you'd think like these huge superstars like Dua Lipa, Megan Thee Stallion, like they're just so fun and they're so down to earth. I'm like, oh my God. I'm sitting wearing slippers, sitting next to Megan Thee Stallion, and she's wearing slippers. And we're just sitting here wearing slippers.
Wow. Did you ever think that this is where you'd be? It's pretty cool. When wasn't your side hustle painting houses? And I don't mean like physically painting the houses. I mean like drawing pictures of
I
houses.
would draw houses for
Yeah.
realtors, and if people were selling their child at home, and do like a little picture for a gift. Yeah, that was. I haven't drawn anything since I got hired.
So what?
I know. Well, it used to be my like love, and now it's more like, oh, that's my old job.
Yeah. You'll go through a crisis at some point.
Absolutely.
And you'll pick that pencil right back up.
Absolutely.
You'll go stand outside the Met and you'll start drawing the Met
Oh,
with a freaking number 2 pencil.
honey, I use
a-
0.5
Okay.
mechanical.
Okay. Just tears rolling down your face. You're like, don't worry, you'll go through something. You'll be at the Met.
Oh.
How'd you get into that? Like, how did you convince people to
Because
like,
I was
draw their houses?
my Aunt Teresa, my godmother, was like, I'll give you $100. This is when I was in high school, like a sophomore. She's like, I'll give you $100 if you'll draw Aunt Sam's house because they're selling it. And I was like, $100? I'm like, easy, done. I'll have it due in an hour. I was like, I can put all that in my minivan for gas.
Yeah.
And then my aunt and Uncle John like my Aunt Sam and Uncle John put it in their house, and then they'd always have parties, and people would be like, oh my God, who drew that? And then they would connect me to them, and then I would be like, $100, and I was like going through, got to college, and I was like, okay, I can really make some serious beer money. And then it's truly free advertisement, because it's like, you give it to your mom puts it on her wall.
Right.
Your mom has a ladies club.
Does your mom have a ladies club?
Of course.
What does that mean? Explain. Walk me
Her
through.
and her besties from like a couple from high school, mostly college old roommates, and they all live in Cleveland area, and they used to meet like every Monday or one Monday, which is sickening that it was a Monday, one Monday a month, and they would rotate houses, and then they all had kids around the same time, so I'm like friends with a lot of their kids, and we would be like, oh, ladies club is at our house tonight, so we have to be staying in the basement, and maybe they'll throw some scraps down the stairs, and God forbid we go up there to use the bathroom. So I'd have these jokes. It would be.
What were you like in high school? Theater kid?
Fuck no,
No.
dude. No. God, that was.
Were you the one who's like,
That's some
I'll get the
respect.
beer? I was in the theater. I was in the
I
plays.
didn't drink beer.
I got
didn't-
suspended a lot.
I didn't
though.
have any alcohol till college.
Really?
You
You have a alcoholic family member?
no.
Trauma or something?
I didn't drink because I was afraid I was going to tell everyone I was gay.
Interesting.
So I lied and said that I was allergic to alcohol.
How would you even get that in your head that like that's something that would happen though?
Because I've seen drunk people all over my life
Got
growing
it,
up, and I'm
got
like,
it.
these people are idiots.
Got it.
And I went to an all-girls Catholic high school, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Cleaned up.
Yeah, it was great.
So you didn't drink till college, and then
No.
it was on.
And then I came out junior year of college, but I started drinking. I think I must have went through something. I was like, whatever.
You go.
Drinking.
You go.
I'm
gay.
drinking beer,
You go,
I
I'm
like
gay.
boobs."
Bring me the funnel now. Stat.
I remember I had a
Now.
natty light. I'll never forget it. I was like, I had a natty light, and I was like, finished it, and I was like, I feel amazing.
Yeah. It'll do. Well, Natty Light too. I mean, that'll hydrate
Yeah.
you. It's 50
And I went to a Catholic college, which was an accident. I just transferred there because my first college was a mess.
You're not the first person that's told me a tale like this. So what's a Catholic college? Well, I guess like there's a lot of Catholic, like Fordham's a Catholic college, right? And those kids still rip it.
Fordham?
Yeah, your mic's not on.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, whatever. We have a lot of Catholic colleges here.
I mean, I think it's truly because it's more expensive. It's closed school. They're usually smaller. They tend to be smaller schools, but it was like a huge party school.
I went to UNH. It was like the number 7 party school in the
What's
nation.
UNH?
University of New Hampshire.
Oh, New Hampshire.
But I went for 2 years, and then I was like, this is not sustainable.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. It is beautiful. Like in hindsight, if I was a more mature adult, I could have appreciated like New Hampshire is gorgeous.
Oh, I should have went to college when I was 25.
100%. I
And
shouldn't
I
have
should
gone
have
at all,
worked
dude.
and made like, I should have worked in like hospitality industry, lived in my parents' house.
Yeah. Saved $200,000 working at Ruby Tuesdays, living in your parents' house.
And then went to college when I would respect and appreciate it more.
Yeah, we didn't need to go to college at all, dude. I mean, the best thing about college for me was when I transferred back to the city, and then I ended up I started PAing instead of going to class. So that ended up being the real valuable part,
Right.
was that I started working.
Now, I started stand-up in college, too. So that was like, if I didn't go to college, I don't know if I would have started stand. I probably would have figured it out. But
You would have figured it
I would have figured it
Were you the class clown or no?
I was.
Okay.
I was. But there was many. There was a really
Really? A funny school?
There was many funny
Franny friends.
many funny friends at my high school.
Are you still in touch with them?
Yeah, there's a little squad of us. They came to SNL, and that was pretty cool.
Has anyone tried to come for you now that you're on SNL?
Not a chance.
No, not a chance. Not a fucking chance, bro.
Come for me. I'm just kidding. I don't think anybody wants to come for me or get me or anything. If you do, I'm a nice. Don't come for me.
Wait, so we didn't firmly establish though. Now that you have a few dollars in your pocket, what's the summer looking like?
I'm gonna last summer I really traveled a lot and did a lot of stand up. This summer, I'm just trying to be in the sun, wear sunscreen and stuff, but like relax.
Okay.
I feel like I was really stressed out. I've been really stressed out, so I just want to see my family. I got a lot of my cousins are my besties, so I want to spend some time in the lake,
Yeah, what's going on with this lake house?
float around
This
in the
island
water.
thing?
Well, my family's house is on the mainland side, but there's islands. There's 7 or 8, I might be wrong, islands in Lake Erie, one being Put-in Bay. It's 1 mile by
Pudding Bay?
Put-in-Bay. So Put-in Bay. It's called that because they used to put during the War of 1812.
Okay, keep going.
During the War of 1812, they used to use this in like the alcove of the island, and they used to put the boats in the bay to hide. So it's called Put-in Bay. Another name for it is South Bass Island because there's a North Bass and a Middle Bass Island. And there's also Peely Island where they do like a half marathon, and it's technically Canada.
So you're doing island vibes this summer.
Yeah.
I saw a great meme that said it's going to be a Tony Soprano summer, having anxiety by the pool.
Yeah, and ducks.
I like that.
Ducks. What are you doing this summer?
I don't know. I don't really have any plans. I just moved to Jersey.
Oh my God.
I moved to New Jersey. There was I've already had to call the police. There was a stabbing next door. But then I was trying to tell my friends were coming over as the stabbing occurred. So there's like blood all over the street, and there's like the police are there and they tape it off. And I'm trying to tell my friends are like, one of them has her mace out. And I'm like, it's fine. It's a familial issue. It's not
But
a
it
random.
already happened.
Yeah, it already happened. That's my second see something say something of the year.
Wow.
I try not to do the see something say somethings, but the lady was yelling, "Call the police!"
And you
call
had-
the police.
And you said something.
And then we were all came out at the houses and we're looking at the stabbing. And she goes, "Don't just fucking stand there. Call the police." I was like, "All right, I'll call the police. I'll do it."
Dude.
And guess what? They didn't answer. And they call me back.
They
like,
didn't answer.
"Okay." Yeah. So
What the heck?
it's ringing. It's 911.
That's
911.
not good.
They didn't answer. There was no answer. Like 30 minutes later, I get a voicemail like, "Hey, if you just called, this is 911. If you have an emergency, call us back. If not, disregard." And I'm like, 30 minutes, bitch, I'm dead. Anyway, then I called again and I did get through. But
Is that
I was trying to explain to my friends because they were all freaked out. I was like, "Don't worry. It's just a familial issue. It's 2 cousins having a disagreement.
I would never stab.
It's not
my
like
cousin.
a random crime on the street, bro."
I would never stab my cousin.
I'm trying to think. I have a lot of cousins. Would I stab any of them? Let me go through the list.
I got one cousin that snores, but we kind of battle snore because we have a big bunk room in our cottage.
That's
So I'm
classic.
I'm in my 30s, and I'm sleeping in a bunk bed with like 8, 9 of my other cousins, and we're getting old.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's pretty funny. And then one of my youngest cousin, who's like 16, he's like, we gotta keep you don't let your head get too big. What am I trying to say?
You gotta keep you grounded, humble.
Grounded.
You gotta knock you down a peg.
Yeah.
Like you think you have value.
It was
Okay.
hilarious. They're like, you're on the bottom.
Oh,
bunk.
SNL. Nobody watches that shit.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I know. It was like fair. And then I bought a shower curtain and put it around the bottom bunk, so I have a little bottom bunk shower curtain action. So I have my own little space
Okay, that's good. That's
with a fan blowing in.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
How proud is your mom? For real, though?
My mom got to be on SNL
What do
for
you mean?
Mother's Day.
Oh, that's right. They had all the moms.
And my mom's like, all I want to do. And this is before we
Is have
knew the
some
moms
fun.
were going to be on the show. Because they did it a couple years ago, but COVID, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So my mom's like, oh, can they put me in a bald cap? I really want to be in a bald cap. And I'm like, sure, I'll do my best. Because I'm always wearing them because I always have to play dudes. I'm either playing old dudes,
Right.
bald dudes, or nuns. Like,
Right.
that's really kind of my MO, which I appreciate, I guess. It's fun. But I get there, Colin Joseph's writing the cold open, which is the mom thing, and I'm like, Colin, my mom really wants to wear a bald cap. That's all she asked for. And he's like, okay, do you have a joke to go along with it? And I go, that's the joke, that my mom wants to wear a bald cap.
Yeah.
She's always asking me about it. He's like, okay. And I'm thinking he's not going to do it. And then the script came around, and it's like Molly and their mom in a bald cap. So it was awesome. And my mom's like, this is the best day of my life.
Oh my God.
And then she's like, no, Brian, Molly, Sean, this is the 4th best day of my life. I'm like, good save, lady. It was awesome. But she had to stay in the bald cap from 7 to 1 in the morning.
Did she go to the after party?
Of course, my grandma did.
Did she get
my
a little
88-year-old grandma?
Really? They have a couple drinks?
Absolutely. And my
Wow.
cousin Gil, we had steaks at 4 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
How drunk do people get at those after parties? Talk to me for real right now.
Honestly, it's
No
like
names. No names.
No, I would never say names. It's like the guests of guests are kind of the ones that go the craziest. But it's pretty exhausting. Like we go to work at like, I think we get there at 11:30 in the morning, and then we get off work at 1, get to the party by like 2.
Right.
But
And then you stay out till 6 a.m.
oh yeah.
And then Sunday, no work, right?
Sunday no work. It is
Okay.
a dead zone. And then Monday we're back to work at, like, we do pitch with the hosts on Monday evenings.
Okay. So you don't have to be there till the night? No, you have to go in and write your stuff, right?
That's Tuesday, but we go and we do write. Some people write like Monday nights after pitch, but I go to therapy at 3 and then I take the train
out.
straight to work.
Shout out.
Shout out.
So Sunday is just like bacon, egg, and cheese in bed.
Absolutely.
What time we getting out of bed? 6 p.m.? Maybe not
no,
at all.
No, I'll get out of bed at like 2 or 3, no matter how late I'm out. And then I'll kind of like move to the couch because I will get too depressed. I need to like move myself.
Yeah. Got to do a couple down dogs.
Yeah, if I'm not feeling terrible, I'll like go outside. Sometimes I go to my cousin Colette's house and we play cards and stuff.
Who is this cousin Colette? Second time she's come up now. What's her deal?
I'm going to meet her after.
Yeah.
My cousin Colette and I.
We got to get Coco on the pod.
We lived together in Chicago, and she had a 9 to 5, like she was a normal job. She went to Loyola Chicago, and I'm a couple years older than her, and I would be going to open mics in Chicago, like just. I'm like, oh, I'm going to a bar, this dead bar, to go do jokes. And I'm like, can you please come? I have to bring 5 people or whatever.
Right.
So Colette would come to all these open mics for years and years and years. And then eventually I started getting like pretty good at stand-up. And on the 7 years ago, I wrote a note on the door. And it was like, Coco, one day we're going to be rich. I killed it tonight.
You're like on 17 Adderalls.
And so now... So then she sent it to me like a couple months ago when I was at work, and I was like, oh my God, the note worked.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool because now Colette comes to SNL a lot, and she's like my, I hope this isn't like belittling who she is to me, but she's like my blankie. She's like my human.
It's not disrespectful at all.
She's one
That's
of my
one of the
favorite
best
people on
things
the
you can
planet.
be as a person,
Yeah, she's the best.
is a comforting person.
You know.
You ever consider, like, if you hadn't moved from Chicago to New York?
Well, I moved from Chicago to LA to New York.
That's right. What if you just stayed
Because
in
I
Chicago?
thought I was. What if I stayed in Chicago?
Did you ever think about, like, I don't want to do this?
I think if I stayed in Chicago for too long, I would have never left. And I felt a part of me was like, hey, you've done every club that you had a goal to do. You aren't the best, but you're not the worst in the city. And I got agents, and I was like, they were trying to get me to move to LA. So I was like, I'll do it. And I was like, I am maybe going to get this big role on this show.
Right.
I found out I didn't get the role, one of the leads in League of Their Own.
League, right.
I was
That's right, because you were
sleeping in
auditioning for the Mel role.
Yes.
The league heads
Shout out.
The league heads love the show, so they're gonna be thrilled with this episode.
I love Melanie Field. I think she's so talented. I didn't even know who was. There was a couple people. But I was like obviously hoping and praying. I would be like, this is amazing, you know. But I was so green. I was not prepared. It wouldn't have worked out for me, and I wouldn't have been able to do SNL.
Yeah.
But I don't think I was too green anyway. But you're young and you're hopeful, and you're like, oh my God! And I'm sleeping on an air mattress at my, like a very loose friend's apartment, because we knew each other a little bit, but she whatever. My agent called me, and there must have been glass in the room I was sleeping in, so my air mattress is slowly deflating. And my agent's like, hey Mal, I'm freezing in this apartment. The heat wasn't on because it's LA. She's like, I'm not turning the heat on. I'm like, I'm freezing. And I have this one little blanket I bought from Target. And I was like, what's up, JB? Did I get it? Am I gonna be a star? He's like, unfortunately they did decide to go another way. And I was that is totally fine. They deserve it. It's okay. okay, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then my back is like hitting the ground, and I'm like, oh my God. I was in Glendale, like just laying on a hardwood floor.
That is such a
crying.
funny just visual of a moment.
Oh yeah, those are moments where I'm like, how did I get through that? Because I was so dark. But looking back, it's hilarious.
It's like just deflating on the air
I was
mattress.
so devastated.
And trying to stay positive, just like, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I got one of those calls this week too. I go, I get it. I love
sorry.
it. I love it.
I'm sorry.
No, you just gotta go, hey, I love it.
Let's keep going.
Isn't that great?
Good for them? Good for them.
I love it.
It hurts.
It hurts. And then you hang up the phone, you just gotta take a little me time.
Oh yeah.
Usually it hits me like a day later.
No, I'm certain that one hit me. And I was like, all right, well, I live in LA now, and what do I do?
Right. What were you doing for money then?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was drawing houses,
Yeah.
and I was looking for work. Wow.
And you didn't find it.
I was really flying by the seat of my pants.
Yeah.
I had no plan.
That's how it is though.
Scary.
I just moved up to fucking a giant hill that
You
overlooks
moved on top of-
Hoboken.
Wait, that's awesome.
And I have no idea. We're just having fun.
having fun.
Or just saying it's fun and just
It
going,
all
we'll
works
just
out.
keep pushing. Yeah, exactly.
I do believe it all works out.
Because if you had gotten that series regular role on League, you would not have been able to take SNL.
Correct.
So in those so for our audience, in those moments
Of deflating.
of
air
deflating, of
mattresses.
just laying on an air mattress, weeping as it deflates
$100 air mattress.
because you didn't get what you would have thought you wanted. That's really the lesson.
And
When you look back, if you would have got what you thought you wanted then,
yeah.
my goodness.
And I mean, it did take 2 years, but just keep pushing. I made notebooks. I worked at the COVID vaccine site.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you jab people?
My mom's like, they're letting anybody jab. My mom's like, they're letting you give vaccines
Wait, you
to
were-
these people. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, no, Mom. I am the nurse's aide.
That is so funny, Molly.
I'm the one who signs all the
Molly,
cards.
I can't have you working in a cave, painting houses.
I did all I could.
And,
Did
and
all
working
I
at the
could.
vaccination site.
Oh, I was a pedicab driver.
Stop. Go back and tell me everything. So I need a brief explanation of the cave tour guide, and I
Okay.
need to know what you mean when you say pedicab driver.
On the island, I wanted to make all the money I could. I was a pedicab driver. The mayor of, or the principal of the school on the island owned a pedicab business for a very short time. And I was like, oh, extra cash, perfect. Little did I know, I was smoking cigarettes. I was like 20 years old, 21, smoking Marble Lights, getting wasted every
yeah.
night, like in Little Idiot, living above the restaurant that I worked at. Like, I was like, who was I to think that I could ride a pedicab with Midwesterners on the back of it,
Hardy people.
hungover in 80-degree heat, just like spitting cigarettes from the night before out of my mouth. Like, there's like one hill on the island, and I literally let a whole couple fall back once. I had to get off the bike, push them up the hill, and I go, this always happens. I let go, my hands slip out. The pedicab goes spinning down the hill. Their cooler of beer goes flying everywhere. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
How much you making for that type of ride?
Oh, dude, it was only $3 a person.
Stop.
And they would tip me.
Stop. So you made $6? You're like, extra cash, brother. It's not like we grew up in the 60s.
The $6 gave to the owner of the pedicab.
So you
I
made
kept
4?
the tips.
Oh, no.
But then I kind of learned. Then I
do.
did learn a little trick where I would go around the main bar town, and I'd be like, "It's too hot. Let me just take you down the road. Give me $10. I'll take you down the road."
Right.
And then, but I literally, the job only lasted like maybe a week. And I was like, I can't do this.
That is so funny.
Maybe a little longer, but
Now, what about cave tours?
I was doing murals at the Heinemann's Winery
Okay.
while I was working at a restaurant.
At what winery?
Heineman's Winery on the island, and
Okay.
they're great. I love them. They're my favorite people. They're so nice. And I was doing this mural, and it was outside the entrance of the cave. It's a winery, and the whole spiel is in 1892, they were digging, I think it was 17, whatever, it doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. They were digging a well for more water from the lake, and they struck a geode. It's the world's largest geode, celestite crystal.
Okay.
0.3 on the Mohs hardness scale.
Okay.
Don't touch the crystals.
Okay.
Don't touch the crystals because the crystals will turn black from the greasy fingers that we have as humans.
Okay.
So it's 52 feet into the ground, and I was painting the mural outside of the entrance, and my buddy Dustin, who's one of the owners, he's like, Molly, do you want to give a tour? We're like down and out. Like, we really need somebody to give a tour. I'm like, yeah, I know their spiel. I've been painting outside every day. Like, no one. So, and then I get roped into doing this shit, and I'm giving tours, sweating my ass off, going down 52 feet into the earth, and it's like feels like air conditioning down there, but it's wet.
Right.
So if it would rain, I would have to take 2 Home Depot buckets and do this little hand pump to get the water out of the cave. And I'm sitting there standing looking at my beautiful mural, and I'm like, now I'm a cave tour guide. I did that for a whole summer.
Right.
And it was like the cave was probably the size of this room, and I would.
Well, that's small.
But it would maybe a little bigger. No, probably this big. But I'd bring 20 to 30 people down there at a time. You'd give about 20 tours a day.
What? You get 20 tours a day?
Yeah.
On a little
I think
island?
that was the most I've had, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
It was.
Damn.
I took
You're hustling.
I took a blind guy down there once.
Stop.
I'm like, sir, it's 52 feet. Are you sure? He's like, yes, I'm sure. And I go, okay, and sir, it is very steep.
Yeah.
And he's like, take me down there.
When you were going down, do you go, this is the performance of a lifetime?
Oh, yeah.
I really got to paint the picture for this guy.
I go, what you're about to see. No, it was, and then I would work at the restaurant
So you love to
the
work.
same day, and then I would do a stand-up show at night.
Okay, so you love working.
I love to work, yeah.
Okay, good. You're the second person we've had on that was a tour guide. And do you feel like it helped you hone your comedy chops by being like, how do I make this shit funny?
I do think it helped, you become numb to being in fear of an audience.
Right? Or it's like,
Because you're kind of just like, this is what I do, and...
Yeah, like it helps you not be codependent with them.
Yeah, and it does help with, the fearlessness of getting up and just doing what you're doing. You don't have, the anxiety of, overthinking everything because you're doing it so much. Because,
Yeah.
the more reps you do in anything in life, the better you get.
Of course.
Or the more confident, I guess, right?
When they say live from New York, it's Saturday night, and it's about to, you're going to be on camera, do your hands get shaky, or you're over that now? You've done it enough times.
I think stand-up has really helped. Live performance is just what that room is, and you just go, you know what? I do that. I've done this thousands of times.
Right.
In front of whether 3 people at a dive bar in Chicago or 6,000 people opening up for a bigger comic. It's... And there's 250 people in the audience, so it does feel like just a show.
Right.
And you can't think too hard, or else you're like...
When they get all the new people in, the new cast members, is there any type of inspirational speech anyone gives you about what to do or how to overcome any fear?
I think every cast member that was been there before have been nothing but the best. I think the squad we have right now is just everybody looks out for each other. Everybody's really just wants the best for each other, and everybody's so talented. And it's awesome to work with Keenan and Heidi and Bowen and Ego and Mikey Day. They're so incredible, and I look up to them. So it's pretty crazy that you get to work with those people.
That's amazing.
It's cool.
Any final thoughts for the audience? I know the league heads are going to be very excited for this.
The league heads, shout out.
Yeah, message to the league heads.
I can't believe my first acting job was that I had to cry. But I think I'm a good crier.
I remember, didn't they have to like, wasn't the scene, if I remember correctly, we were all at like the, what was that called?
Etiquette
like the beauty school? Yeah, etiquette school.
With
And-
Nancy.
Yeah, and then they had to like drag you off screen and you're just going, no!
I'm
Weren't you screaming something?
I'm crying and like, I don't know, too. I forget who was standing next to me. And Jamie's like, just keep screaming and yelling and crying off camera. And I'm like, oh my God. And that was pretty hard to do because I'm like kind of laughing.
Yeah, but you crushed it.
Thanks, buddy. So did you. Shout out.
Thanks. That was such a great experience. Everyone, I've said it a million times on this show, but I absolutely just had the time of my life making that show.
It was cool. And I don't understand how you guys did it through the summer.
I was just
Pretty
like,
unbelievable.
I was just like, this is my life now.
The heat was.
I live in the pizza shop,
I live in a pizza
and
shop.
I rip it.
And I rip it because the toilet is open.
And then shortly thereafter, the AC went out too.
No,
So we were really
I'm
in
the one who
dire
should have had
straits.
you at my
We
hotel.
were really in dire straits. But that was some of the most fun. The thing I was going to say is that group of people were so welcoming and there's so much camaraderie that it made everything feel great.
I do feel after like a day, I was like, oh, everybody's awesome. And since then, I've seen so many of us in the wild
Of course, yeah.
at random other projects and shows and supporting each other in weird ways. Like, it's awesome. Very fortunate.
We're very fortunate people.
Very fortunate.
All right.
All right.
Catch Molly out on the island, out on the boat this summer.
Yeah.
It's a money summer, baby.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. And to all the herd, I want to thank you for being here. Drop a comment. Drop a review. You know I love your ass. Stop. I'll see you next week, bitch.
Thanks
Bye.
for having me, Frex. Love you.
Thanks for coming. Bye.